Hi flamingos. So I've been waiting a long time for little Sophia to wake up so I could do this video, and she's not waking up anytime soon. So I'm gonna do this video with her and her little snuggly. Like, remember we read the Magic Treehouse book about marsupials and how their mamas keep their babies in their pouches. And I was saying that's kind of like me sometimes, right? So here we are. She might wake up during this, and if so, we'll come back to it. So we're going to learn about magnets next. We talked about energy in our first video and all of the things that give our bodies energy, and then as fuel, and then how we use it to move our bodies. And we talked about energy from the sun and heat energy that we use to cook things. And now we're going to talk about magnets, because magnets also have a lot to do with electricity. So we're going to learn a little bit about them. This book, Magnets Push, Magnets Pull, and Magnets Pulling Together, Pushing Apart. These are two great books. We're going to read this one, A Look at Magnets. And then we're going to experiment with some magnets too. Okay, so this book is by Barbara Alpert and Gail Saunders Smith, and it was published by Capstone Press. So do you guys see, this is one side of a magnet and this is the other. There's an S here, and that's for south, and there's an N here, and that's for north. And we're going to learn a little bit about all of that now. Let's see. What is a magnet? What makes a paperclip jump? A magnet. Magnets are made of iron, nickel, or steel, all types of metals. Magnets make some metal objects move, but magnets don't work on all metals. Can a magnet move an aluminum soda can? Maybe a copper penny? I don't know. I don't think so. I do know, and they can't. How magnets work. An invisible area called a magnetic field surrounds a magnet. Iron fillings show the magnet's lines of energy. So do you guys see the swirl? That's the magnetic field around this magnet. It's kind of neat, huh? It sounds kind of mystical. A magnet's pull is strongest at the spots where the most fillings are. So do you see where this S is and the N is? These areas are called the magnet's poles, just like our North Pole, where Santa lives, right? And the South Pole, one end is north and the other one is south. Try to make the north poles of two magnets touch. They will push away or repel each other. But opposite poles pull together or attract. So let's check this out. I have a horseshoe magnet from our flamingo class right here. Oh, all the magnets are sticking. So I have a bar magnet right here, and there's an N on the top and an S on the bottom. When I tried to make the N go to the north pole of this horseshoe magnet, I can't get it to stick, right? But when I tried to make the N go to the south pole, it sticks. So opposites attract, likes repel. They repel. It's kind of fun. It feels neat to do that when they repel. So let's see. So our Earth acts like a huge magnet, right? It has the North Pole and it has the South Pole. Ha! Santa's up there. Magnets show people where to go. Do you guys remember what this is? This is a compass. A compass needle always points north. Earth's magnetic energy pulls it whichever way you point it. So when you point a compass, the Earth's magnetic field pulls the needle to go into the direction that you're going. Magnets help doctors see when you're hurt. In MRI machines, powerful magnet helps make a picture of the inside of your body. It's like an X-ray. So magnets are used to make X-rays. Magnets hold up pictures on the refrigerator. So these are the magnets that you guys know really well, right? To hold things up on the refrigerator. There's a magnet on the back. This is one I got from San Francisco. And it holds things up. So if this were my refrigerator, it would be metal and the magnet would stick, right? And it would hold a piece of paper there. We'll put the cable car. Okay. Credit cards use magnets to pay for what you buy. Magnets are at work everywhere you go. Aha. Okay, so let's check out some other magnets, right? How about, oh, and I brought our Magnatiles, some of our favorites from school, right? We use these a lot. You guys might have these at home too. They're Ella's favorite toy for sure. And you can use them to build. And if you look very closely in the edges, there are magnets, and that's how they stick together. So they're magnetic. Magnetic toys, how about that? Then we have this little set from our flamingo class, right? Now this is a bar magnet in here, and these are all magnetic little dots. And as I swipe the magnet bar over these magnetic dots, they attract and it picks them up, right? This is kind of like Lola's cleaner upper in the Charlie and Lola I'm Inventing an Invention, right? Everything stuck to her cleaner upper. So now magnets, they have, we talked about how they have the North Pole and the South Pole, and that opposites attract and likes repel. They don't want to be near each other, right? So the North and the North, they don't want to connect, but the North and the South, they do. Another way to call these are positive and negative. So the plus means positive, and the minus means negative. So now, tomorrow we're going to start talking more about electricity. I wanted to show you how you can make an electromagnet before we talk about electricity. So I've taken a battery. Here's a battery, right? And you see on the battery, there's a plus side and a minus side. The plus side is where this little knob is sticking up, and the minus side is the flat side of the battery, right? Okay, so I took a piece of copper wire. See, it's copper colored, and it's wound around this screw. And I took this electric tape, and I taped the copper wire that's wrapped around the screw to the positive and negative side of the battery. Now, on this sheet here, if you do this at home, make sure you ask mom or dad for help because it can get warm, okay? Now, I have a paper clip here. It's metal. So, I've made this screw, which is not a magnet. I've made it into a magnet. Are you ready? Let's see if it's going to work for us. Check it out. So, by charging this screw with a battery, I let go of the wires just a bit and it dropped. We've made the screw magnetic. Let's try it again. I'm going to hold the copper wire onto the positive and negative sides of the battery here really tightly. And look, the screw becomes magnetic. The screw isn't a magnet, but it becomes magnetic when I give it the positive and negative charge of the battery. And then when I let it go, it drops. It loses its magnetism when I let the wires off of the positive and negative sides of the battery. So pretty cool. Now, these are all good things. Our energy talk and our magnet talk, they're all good things to have in your brain to get the neurons to start connecting for when we talk about electricity. Tomorrow, we're going to make a potato battery. We're going to make light a light using potatoes. And we're going to look at the circuit breaker in Miss Lauren's house. And I'll ask you to look at your circuit breaker tomorrow, and we'll talk about circuits and how they have to be closed for energy and electricity to flow. Okay? Until tomorrow, flamingos. And I'm going to attach a little packet about magnets to this video on our Google Classroom. Okay? See you tomorrow.